All right, welcome to the podcast. My name's Axel.
My name's Ignacio.
I'm Raul.
Adrian. I'm Vic, short for Victor.
Alright, so welcome back to another Questions of the Internet. And today Ignacio will be the one asking the questions. So, Ignacio, go ahead.
Okay, so the first question is, what bothers you the most about social media?
Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh, good one.
It's a good one to start on. Where do you even start?
For me, how people compare themselves to everybody else. I guess I don't know. I don't have
I mean, it is a way for people to compare themselves to celebrities.
Oh,
Like,
no, I'm talking about
one way to get in touch with them and be able to tell other people how you relate to those celebrities in a way.
I'm talking about actual people in general, not celebrities. 'Cause I don't give a fuck
Well,
about celebrities.
I was gonna say that could be. Nah, I understand, Axel. I'm more inclined to
Celebrity.
like that.
Society?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing. I was like, if I couldn't talk to these celebrities, my Twitter would be very dry.
The fuck. Follow him. Follow Ignacio.
At Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, what do you think about?
What do you think about my outfit?
What about you guys?
I can't stand when girls complain about something on social media.
Like, what do you mean?
Just complaining in general.
Oh, okay.
Fucking nice guys.
Oh,
Are nice guys?
Why can't I find that right guy?
Hi.
Why is my makeup not on point? Why is so and so trying to fight me?
I don't know how when people complain about being single, or bitching about
like nigga, just get a date.
go on Tinder or something, or just say,
why you depressed?
stop.
Yeah, and
Just be happy and get over it.
low key,
Top
that
10
guy
list
hasn't got a match on Tinder.
Looking at my swipe, so shit. No, for real, it's I'm sure that there's someone for you. Plus, you don't have to be in a relationship to be happy.
Why'd you look at me? What the hell?
I guess that is one thing I could agree on complaining about. How people in relationships, I don't want to say just this is not particularly for me, but some people in relationships they tend not to be able to outspeak more than single people would be able to on social media.
What do you mean?
Speak your mind, kind of.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I don't know. It's more like when you're single, you just feel like saying whatever you want. But
Or then in a
you
relationship.
watch yourself when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
But then if you're already in a tight relationship, I'm pretty sure your SO will would know what you think already.
So, well, to continue on that topic, because I was pretty private about everything with that entire relationship, but now that ship has sunk, thank you for laughing at my misery. Everyone, please laugh.
Everybody, please clap.
I thought never mind. Just go ahead.
I get what you're saying, Axel. It's since that relationship has ended, don't mind the clap. Since that relationship has ended, I've been memeing and everything a lot more on Twitter, even though she never had a Twitter, but it still felt like, oh, I can't really do it. I can't really say anything, even if it's just a meme. And the same thing would be true on Facebook or Instagram. Even though I was feeling, I may not have felt the best, I still had to give that portrayal of, oh, everything's fine, even though things clearly were not very good between us. But I still had to, I felt like I had to give off the impression things are going smoothly.
Yeah.
And it's
Ooh, I read something about the communication class.
Did you?
I don't know.
Yeah. But there was a lot of problems with that, so.
I guess I like to keep a lot of things private. If it's my business, then I guess no one else has to know it, unless I feel like sharing it. Then, a particular thing that happened between me and my girlfriend that I already said in the podcast, but I'm not gonna bother to say it again because out of fear, one day she might catch on that I'm making a podcast. And,
You haven't told her yet?
No, don't tell her.
You got it.
You got it,
I
fam.
mean, I'll kind of tell her eventually. Just so she
100%.
can
You're
support it.
this is not me. This is not these opinions.
This is a personality.
I'm just playing a character, guys.
Right, was it right, Raul?
Raul's last one.
Something that does bother me is too much information. that goes on social media. It's like, I don't care what you're doing at the minute by minute basis.
Oh, okay. So
Like-
me
like-
tweeting every minute, every hour.
Yo, but I like that though.
I have a,
Like on Snapchat, for example. Yeah, I get you to like record as much as you want. But when people are like recording fucking hours of the day just on Snapchat, that
Okay, yeah,
kind of bugs me. Like I don't like. I could just simply get out of it, but like this is just me saying I don't care.
I get it.
oh, I have a thing that kind of correlates to what you were saying, but a little different. You're talking about too much information? Yeah, same dude. There's this one chick. She used to be like this really smart preppy girl. Then next thing you know on Facebook, she's talking about her ex and how they had premarital sex and all that. I'm like, nigga, I don't care.
those are just shared a bit too
That
much.
is a lot, dude. That's a lot. That's saying a lot. Like,
Like,
I don't know.
that's
I
a lot
feel
of
like she went
information.
far.
Oh fuck! I remember like fucking in my high school, someone got in a fight because like the girlfriend told him that she had sex with his ex. It was, I don't know. It's fucking fucking dumb.
Basically, don't be a teenage girl ever. It's a
Alright,
sin.
last thing on social media that I don't like a way it's a way for people to find out about stuff quickly.
Oh yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
know
I agree.
how, I mean, just for an example, back when social media wasn't that popular and not many people had it, like if you had broken up in a relationship, it would take time for people to know that, and
It takes no time.
and now it just takes no time. Like instantly, everybody knows.
Everyone figures out, just seeing by the pictures you taking down or stuff like that. The status. Hey, I'm speaking generally, Ignacio.
I was
What are you
scared.
talking
I was
about?
fucking
Like,
weird.
and like
Why you
the-
gotta out him?
Because-
Fucking out him, no one.
he already mentioned it, so why would I?
Oh,
But yeah, like the statuses they start putting, stuff like that, just the pictures see, stuff like that. That people end up catching on like really fast.
Yeah.
And
I get what you mean. Like, cause on my Instagram, I obviously had like a lot of pictures of the two of us or her and everything, you know, or things dealing with that. But pretty much the moment I took over like 130 pictures down.
Damn. Is that all? Do you have to do that all individually on Instagram?
Yeah, it was hard. I also had to delete all the pictures off my phone and everything. It was a lot. Anyways, but like people knew like pretty much instantly when they went to my page or when I would post, because they would remember liking a picture or something and they just see it gone and they're like, oh, you know. And people obviously, I would tell people, but they would find out other ways too.
Next question.
That was a large ass tangent right there.
That's how it should be, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I know. All right.
Questions of the internet.
Sure,
found out
if you're
till you're
recording
fucking
this,
website.
should have recorded it. I'm not recording, timing it.
nah, it's
It's
fine.
okay. There's a time.
Is there a timer? Is it?
Yeah.
There's a time.
All right. Next question. Is there a story behind your name? It doesn't have to be your first name. It could be any name. It could even be a nickname.
No, not really.
Vic,
not for me.
because it's short for Victor, as I stated at the beginning.
Well, Navamavic.
The Valmovic was a play on my whole name, Valma. That is, it's Victor A M A.
Mendoza.
Fuck it, yeah.
Fuck it.
I thought it was a really clever name. It was
Yo.
really shit.
I just realized, holy shit.
I did too.
Wait, what?
It's a play on word.
It's literally the initials of my name.
Yeah, I didn't
my
even
whole
realize the entire time.
Me either.
Oh,
Victor Alfonso Mendoza Alvarez, fam.
Oh no, they're gonna find you.
says it proudly. And
The
Have you
Victor
read about
Alfonso
this
Mendoza
one?
Alvarez Victor.
yeah, I know. Victor.
Because then I had Vic at the end of it too, so it's like saying my first name twice.
Oh fuck! Fucking that's weird.
With that being said, my first name, I'm a junior, and you think my dad would name me Victor to continue the line of Vics, but it was just my mom, because she really liked the name Victor. She named me Victor too. Thanks, Mom. Love you too.
I see.
With my name,
Your dad?
yeah, so my name's Raul. My dad's name is Raul. So
Same.
I would assume that he named me Raul because of that. However, my middle name is Alejandro, and that's my mom's dad's name.
Oh.
and I never got to meet him because he passed away shortly before I was born. And so
I could have also almost been same. But my older brother came before me, so he took Alejandro.
oof.
I could have had Raul Alejandro too.
Oh,
that
holy
was
shit.
weird fucking time paradox.
Yo, that's true though, because we're already both named Raul, so just imagine the middle name too.
That'd be crazy.
And so
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint you guys apart.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Continue.
and my mom said if I hadn't been named Raul, even though like that would make no sense because I would have been born from my dad. But regardless, my name would have been Alejandro if I were born a guy. And
If you were born a guy.
yeah, because I mean, if I hadn't been born off of my dad, I would have been born off of a different guy, and that changes everything.
Okay.
Okay, I get it. I was
So
like,
Thought you meant born as like a girl.
yeah, no,
I probably would have named Alejandra if anything.
okay.
And so
Maybe that's your mom's name, Alejandro.
yeah.
Oops, sorry, fan.
Oh. And so yeah, that's the story behind my name.
Nadia?
I'm trying to think. I don't really. Mine are kind of boring. Like my first name is not all that exciting. It's literally just a super common name, but instead of a C, it's a Z.
Has not seen it.
Yeah, I can't use my name sometimes on certain websites. So
Star.
yeah, it's like
Ignat star.
and my parents just got that out of just like a book. They don't even have the book anymore for like children's names.
They got it off of Nacho Libre.
Huh?
They got it off of Nacho Libre.
Shut up. But my middle name is Jimenez, but it's spelled so bizarrely.
Is it with a J?
Is it
No,
an H?
it's with an X.
What
It goes.
the- oh,
It doesn't
okay.
even like if you look at the lettering, it doesn't spell out Jimenez. Like there's letters missing. It's
Dang,
like it's XIMENZ easy or something like that. Well, I guess it does spell Jimenez.
I am easy.
But with the X being in there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
I've
it's
seen it like
super
that,
weird.
Yeah, I've seen it like that as well.
But it's weird.
I've never
It's
seen it like that.
uncommon.
But that's cool. I like a lot of the names that like have X's in it are not so common. So that's it's a cool way of spelling it. Honestly.
Yeah, I was like, but it doesn't mean anything. My dad just picked it because it's like a surname, and my dad he's the third David, so it's like he wanted me to have something like
That's a
that.
lot
Like,
of Davids.
huh?
That's a lot of Davids.
It is. Trust me. There's a lot more than just those three. Yeah, I think that's it. My nicknames just come from wherever.
Nazi.
No, not really.
The Nazi that comes.
Alright, well, mine, I'm named after my dad, Raul. My name is Raul Axel. Axel is just my middle name that my mom chose. I'm pretty sure, I don't think she's ever explained it exactly how she chose it, but I think it's because when they got here from Mexico, she had just like, my dad would put on rock music all the time.
Oh,
Axl
shit.
Rose.
And she had just like picked up on Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses at the time.
That's pretty cool.
Hey,
That's pretty cool.
that's pretty cool
80s.
actually.
Wish my name was like
And then I just have both their last names. I have Alvarado for my dad and then Sevilla for my mom.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. My middle name is Jimenez Suarez.
Oof.
Yeah,
That sounds very.
Like with the hyphen.
yeah, it's hyphenated.
Yeah.
But my dad's middle name, because it's from his mom's side,
Oh fuck.
is
We're getting to like fucking.
is actually Alvarado. So that's really cool.
Dang, you guys are related?
Probably, most likely, I don't know, somewhere.
We're all genetically related.
We're all 52.
we all came from Adam and Eve.
You and the apple.
All right.
Alright, Adrian, last.
Nice.
Adrian, go ahead.
Alright, I don't have any.
Next
Like,
question.
yeah, I already answered.
Did you really?
Yeah, it said there was nothing to my name. It's just Adrian. Adrian.
Hey, stop
Anthony.
stealing my laugh.
Like I don't know. I should like ask him probably, but you should. I know. It's like
Yeah, it's always interesting to
Yeah.
find out like the meaning behind your name.
I just feel like mine was easy to ask because I was a junior.
Yeah.
I just assumed my dad just named me, but it was my mom because she liked the name Victor a lot. Apparently,
Yeah,
I kind of wish I was named Alfonso, but
I wish
that's
I
my
was.
middle name.
I wish I was named Anthony.
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 Mark
Yeah,
Antoine.
there's no H. So like
Yeah.
Anthony. Hey, Tony.
How about we segue into the next question?
Yeah. Do you guys have a motto, or do you have something you always tell someone else?
I had a follow-up question, but whatever.
Oh well.
We'll go ahead.
Well, to go on
Let's
with that
segue
question.
back into our last question.
All right, I'm kind of interested in this for you guys. Are you guys planning to continue your like first name or middle
Oh,
name?
My mom
onto
said
your-
I
onto your
should,
kids?
and I said fuck no. Well, I didn't say fuck no, because that would be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful to your mom.
I would.
I already thought of my name for a daughter, but not for a son.
We out here respecting women.
Cause I thought about it like
Us.
Not even
Us.
women, just your mom.
What the fuck was that, Gus?
Nas.
like serious topic. God damn it. Well, serious topic. Like my dad had left us for a long while, but I kind of already like not fully forgiven him, but I feel like I should carry the name at least because I don't want to start over like just instant. I don't know. I feel like I should just keep the name going.
So like, make a third.
Yeah.
Raul the third.
Raul the third.
The third actually does sound cool.
Yeah, it
does.
does sound. It does quite fit.
But I
Hey,
feel
but
like
You with the
the
third.
Victor doesn't work well for Victor,
Victor
the
the
third.
third. Kind of.
Maybe.
Kinda.
Adrian the second.
The Victorian era.
Victorian.
Oh,
Torino.
with me, I would
It's funny because
I would
they kinda
name-
call me that.
a boy Alejandro. So
I would name mine's Mauricio,
Oof.
just because I think it's exotic.
exotic.
It's a long
What about
name.
you, Ignacio?
And then I would call him Mari or Mauri for short.
Maori. I've had this conversation before, with her, with my ex.
Holmes.
But we kind of came up. We decided, but I feel like I should do it anyways. I don't want to continue my name because my name's pretty generic, and I don't really care.
You should also change the Z to a C.
Shut up. But we had talked about, like, if we did end up, further down the line, if we did end up having children, what we would call them. And we had kind of come to the conclusion that if we had a girl, it would be called Lulu. And that was based off of,
League of Legends.
no, not even close. It was because of a teacher I had in high school, Miss Owen. Oh, maybe you should.
Man, we're breaking all the rules right now.
But
Really wild.
her nickname was Olive Oil.
Oh
And-
shit.
And so it's like I don't remember how we got there. I think it's because we wanted to call her. Oh, Lulu was her nickname that we had for a while. For that, so we just kind of kept it because it was short for whatever the first name was. And if we had a boy, it would be called Reiko, because it was also another teacher. Because they helped a lot in to getting us into college and everything. So, and that one's from an English teacher I used to have, but she's no longer there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a repeat. Do you guys have a motto? And if so, what is it?
What did you say? Like something that we believe in, some shit, right?
Yeah, it could be something you believe in. It might not even. You don't have to necessarily say it.
When Naruto's always like, it says, that's my ninja way. I'd probably say that works well for me.
think-
That's my ninja way.
I never bothered to look it up, but what exactly is a motto?
It's like a
It's your
it's like a
ninja,
it's like
your
a
ninja.
saying.
It's like a way to live by, kind of.
Kind of.
It
Yeah.
can be.
Almost, yeah. It's like a saying that like you say to yourself or like to other people to either like motivate them or stuff like that.
It's kind of
Oh,
like a
yeah.
catchphrase, maybe.
Yeah, for me it's like
Kind of, yeah.
there's always a first, something like that. Oh, I forgot what I was thinking about it like earlier.
Oh, I actually do have one. I always say it could be worse to signify that what just happened was not that bad. It was bad, but not that bad.
Well, for me, I remember it's there's a first for something or something like that.
Bubsy. What could possibly go wrong? No, I'm just kidding. That's not mine. But no, I don't have a motto like as
Stupid line he says.
Yeah, I
as
know.
much as I do. I don't
What
really
for?
have a motto. God damn it.
Is this from the new Bubsy game?
Doctor, vote for.
I don't know if I have a motto, but I whenever people come to me for like advice or whatever, I don't understand it because I'm super depressed and somehow I have to help everyone else first.
Same.
Like I always tell them like essentially that you're on two paths. You're either in a valley, which means you're heading down, or you're on the mountain, and essentially meaning you're on your way up, and those are the good times. But you know, I don't know. I don't know how exactly to explain it, but essentially, like at the end of every valley is a mountain, and you always have to climb up. You're always gonna climb up, essentially.
I'm not gonna lie, but when you said mountain, I just instantly thought I want to go down.
What about you?
Same here, because aren't you like making a run for it? You're like doing all that progress. You're going down really fast, enjoying the time instead of going up and taking your time.
Or like on a small hill, you would like roll down, and it's kind of fun, you know.
Yeah.
You guys are overthinking.
But then, like,
No,
you have to go
That's how I
up to
see it.
the,
Like going down a hill, rolling down is fun, and you're going to somewhere better.
But then, wouldn't it feel like...
Then you go back up to
When you-
experience that fun.
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
When you have like
Yeah.
well, for me, like when you have like a sense of pride and accomplishment,
Shut up.
like going up the hill to the summit.
Yeah,
you
with
roll back down.
Ignacio saying that, it reminds me of Resident Evil 1.
God damn it.
I'm sorry to put it
It's
in there,
okay.
but the difficulty, when you choose it, it asks,
Oh yeah.
would you rather go mountain climbing or taking a walk? And mountain climbing is like the harder difficulty because it's like beyond hardship lies accomplishment.
Oof.
That's a good motto.
I like that.
The reason I was asking about what exactly a motto is because I think of three things during the day that my friends have told me, actually. One of them is if you guys are fighting, like this is just basically for a relationship, but if you guys are fighting, it's good in a way because it means that you guys care.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
The other ones I'm thinking, the other one was from another friend. He said, don't do things like for yourself, but do it for the people that care for you. And then the last one is just because someone's easy to talk to doesn't mean you have to tell them everything.
Yeah, I like that
That's
last
the
one.
problem I have telling people everything.
It's
Just
just like
go on.
If someone start
this meme.
Alright, there's the one saying that I was thinking about, but I'm not sure if I should like really like consider like living by it or just like.
You don't necessarily have to live by it. Just
Well,
it could be something.
it was
that you-
from The Last of Us.
what
It
is
was
it's all relative.
no.
Shut up.
It was when what's his name? David.
David?
Yeah, the cannibal.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you like how. What's it? I forgot. I forgot. I had it. Man. Fucking.
Well, you can think about it. Meanwhile, we go to the next question
Yeah, and we'll come back to you when you find it.
when you figure it out.
Look it up.
So the next question is,
Well, that's why I asked what models were for, because I don't know. I feel like I don't have a model. I just think of those three things.
yeah, I kind of don't really have a motto. I just say things to help people, and I never really take that advice in. What's the best band / artist you've discovered recently?
Recently?
Yeah, recently it could be.
System of a Down's pretty good, huh? Guys? Just kidding.
I fucking know.
It's just one that pops up in the radio,
Yeah.
the station that I listen to. I don't know their names. It's something Deck and like they sound like Led Zeppelin.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dang, that sounds familiar. Though, saying something that sounds like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I forgot the band name, but
I remember like someone else talking about that too. Was it you?
Probably wrong.
it was probably me.
Yeah, I think it was probably you with Martin or some shit.
Probably, but yeah, that's a pretty good band I've encountered, and
For me, I don't know. I don't care like, any specific person. I just listen to like fucking. It varies from like music from like the 1940s all the way to like now.
Jesus.
Like, I don't
Please, damn.
Cause like when I listen to music, I just think to myself, would I listen to this on a fucking long ass road trip? That's right.
That's a good way to think about it.
yeah.
Mine's is sadly Queen. I rediscovered them, and I never realized how great they were up until I rediscovered them.
I can also.
And then another one
Agree
would be
to
the
that.
Smiths. I never heard them before. Their music's really cool. Some of it's upbeat, but it's got a really depressing meaning to it. Like,
yeah.
Heaven knows I'm miserable now. It's so upbeat, but it's so depressing when you actually listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, I remember when I was listening to the Smith, I was like, man, this shit is depressing. but like the instrumental is so good.
Right?
For me, it was when I was on a car ride with Raul. I think we were gonna go pick up Ignacio, or we had just dropped him off, and I just put a song on Spotify. You remember it was like a random song.
Oh yeah, like, it was just instrumental, right?
It was just instrumental,
I
and
remember.
it was really, I don't know, soothing and calm. Like
Yeah, it was really mellow and like it was just. I really liked that. Like, if you remember the name, you should message me the name.
Ignacio.
Recently, that's a little more difficult. I tend to find people through Spotify. Often it's just but I think recently I found.
Kanye.
No, not Kanye. I found
Recently found.
Odyssey, because I've been listening to his latest album.
Let's do
The Iceberg.
Odyssey.
Not quite, but The Iceberg. It's a dope album. I think you guys should listen to it. And John Wayne, but it's all one word. It's like JONWAYNE. And for his rap album too, that was the album I found. And I'm sure there's plenty of others that are like one-offs that I can't really remember right now. But like to me, it's always like my music tends to be really depressing. Like,
oh, fucking, what's his name? Low Roar?
oh yeah, I love Low Roar, but I didn't find them recently. I've been listening to them for like a good couple years because of the Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, I
trailer.
forgot she came out like fucking.
Yeah, but I enjoyed their recent album too. Recent as in last year, but they're really good. Like, if you guys want to check them out, you should. But like, I guess the reason why I listen to them though is a lot of people is because there's something to relate. They tends to be darker topics. Like, look at Death Grips, for example. Like, their music tends to be very abrasive and heavy, and thematically they're very dark and very serious. Like, they talk about like suicide and everything a lot, but it's like you could tell that it's a cathartic thing, and they may or may not actually hold those feelings. You know, and that's kind of true for, like, say John Wayne with Rap Album 2. He's talking about like his battle with alcohol and like necessarily like having to conquer his demons. And with Odyssey and the Iceberg, he's more talking about the troubles of growing up and everything that comes with that, and realizing you grow apart from your friends.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, that there's something about that I enjoy listening to, even though my mood tends to plummet a lot. I still like to listen to music like that because it kind of reminds me that I'm not alone with these feelings, and oftentimes there's people who feel this exact same way, and probably even worse.
Yeah, people forget that.
Yeah, like, I forget that a lot.
Alright, so we have time for one more question.
Ooh.
Probably one more.
Oh, I didn't exactly.
Scour a lasso.
Yeah. What cheers you up instantly?
Wholesome memes. White dogs. I don't know. That's pretty fucking easy. Or for me, it is.
What cheers me up instantly is probably music or drawing. Because that way I just like forget about everything. I just focus onto the music or the art for like a couple hours.
You guys been working out?
No, not at all. That makes me angry, honestly.
So why can't I be buff?
Yeah, kinda actually. No, it's when I'm like super angry. That's when I work out, because that's when I don't care if I'm tired. I just want to work out to get all my anger out.
Yeah. But what does cheer you up?
Lollipops.
No.
Memes.
No.
Rainbows,
Anything?
lollipops.
No.
Georgia?
Not as much.
Not as much.
There's something that I don't know what exactly cheers me up instantly.
Your laugh?
My left, yeah, because you know, my own left is gonna cheer me up. I don't know. Come back to me in a bit.
Alright, Axel?
I feel like this is gonna be somewhat weird of me, but
Oh.
my stuffed animals kind of cheer me up.
Oh, for a second,
That's not bad.
I think like the fucking.
I feel like you guys don't have any.
I actually have
I do.
one.
I have a
Yeah.
lot, actually.
I have a
Did I see the?
Foghorn
cheer
Leghorn
me up.
that I've had for like since I was born.
Yeah.
He was
Like,
my best friend when I didn't have one.
If I'm sad, then I'll just probably go to my bed and just be with those guys.
Those guys. I have Scooby Doo and the fucking Scottish bear or the bear with the windpipe.
And Pikachu hat.
I get what you mean. Like I have a few from when I was small. I have a Tigger that I've had that is trying to catch butterflies. Although they're kind of bittersweet now because I originally gave them to like as a gift
Yeah.
to my ex, and getting them back is really kind of bittersweet, along with other things. But those are kind of hers. At least she determined that they were hers, even though they're mine. Something that cheers me up instantly. It's a little harder, I know. I can see the time. I guess I tend to watch movies a lot, and I guess like I write movie reviews, or at least I'm trying to. Like that's my New Year's resolution that I started in the middle of the month. Is to write at least one movie review a month, and it helps clear my thoughts and everything. Like it. I'm also trying to switch my major to film production for that, because it's something I really enjoy, and I was kind of forced into my current major, which is pre-med.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and obviously everything dealing with the breakup kind of isn't so positive, and being downtown and everything kind of sours the area for me. So, moving over to Tempe with that and a major I enjoy, or at least something I think I might enjoy, it really helps. And the movie reviews and watching movies kind of keep me in line
Nice.
with everything.
You roll.
Me? I already said
Yeah, I already said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
thought we were
Victor.
going. I thought we started with Victor and went in a circle.
Oh.
Oh.
Have you thought of yours, Victor?
I rarely get like upset, and I can't think of anything that cheers me up instantly, to be honest. But if there was something that would cheer me up, I'm a bit cliche about it, but hanging out with you guys makes me feel better.
Oh.
But
Gotta
as I say,
kiss your homies
I
goodnight.
know. I feel like I feel like
rarely
we've
get
said this
upset.
like 2 times during podcasts, but yeah, it
Yeah.
does cheer up.
I rarely get upset, but whenever I hang out with you guys, I just feel better. I feel great just spending time with you guys, you know?
Miss
Yeah.
your vacation.
I get what you mean, Victor, because like,
God, no.
what is it? I never, I feel really bad about that, because I remember like I never really would hang out with you guys a lot, like while I was with her, before we broke up. But pretty much since then, I've hung out with you guys like every weekend, or whenever I could, and it's helped a lot. Like I don't feel totally alone, and everything. So I guess that's also another thing that cheers me up pretty much instantly.
What are best friends for, you know? Not to make each other feel better.
Me.
To make podcasts.
That too.
And to share those spicy memes.
And to give each other a good night kiss.
And to give each other head.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Get a fucking a bro job.
No homo though, alright? Don't get any
no
ideas.
homo job with the fucking cover your hand
It's
with
called a homie job.
All we do is
cover your hand with sandpaper.
Oh, God.
yeah, and we wrap it up.
Alright, so with that.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess this is
it over?
very, very abrupt, very sudden.
Is it ending?
Yeah, it's a sudden ending, but
Thanks for joining
well, yeah.
that podcast though.
Wait, it's still
Catch
ending,
us
right?
next
It's
week
still-
where we
still-
talk
oh, yeah.
about safe sex.
I got one thing to say before I get. Body positivity does not equal fat acceptance.
Shut the fuck up. Jesus.
alright.
I'm gonna blur that out.
Alright, well, this concludes this episode of Questions of the Internet. And see you guys next episode.